When police ask you to talk or come to the station, it does not mean you have to say yes. You have the right to refuse. In many cases, police officers will call or visit and ask if you want to answer questions. They might say, "We want to talk to you about something." But this is just a request, not a command. You are not required to go or answer if you don't want to. Sometimes people think that cooperating will clear up the situation, but that is not always true. Going to the police station just because they ask can lead to being arrested. Police might use this to gather information or evidence against you. Remember, if police want to search your home or car, they need your permission or a warrant. Frank C. Walker advises, if police are only asking, you have every right to say no. Don't feel pressured to answer questions or go with them. Instead, say no politely and immediately contact an attorney. It's important to protect your rights and not say anything without legal advice. Always remember, you are not obligated to talk to police if you are not under arrest. Right to refuse. You have the legal right to refuse to speak to the police if you are not under arrest. This means that if officers simply ask you to answer questions or come down to the station, you can say no. Frank C. Walker explains that this right is protected by both state and federal constitutions. Police cannot force you to talk or force you to go with them unless they have a warrant or you are being arrested. Many people make the mistake of thinking they must cooperate when asked. But if police are just requesting your time or answers, you should politely refuse. Saying no does not mean you are guilty or hiding something. It means you are protecting your rights. Giving in to pressure and talking without a lawyer present can cause serious problems later. Walker stresses that if you refuse, police will know you are aware of your rights. This may actually help your case in the long run. Always remain calm and polite when refusing, and immediately call an attorney to help guide you through the situation. Your right to silence is one of the strongest protections you have in the criminal justice system. When arrested, when the police arrest you, the situation changes completely. At this point, you no longer have the right to refuse to go with them or answer questions. Being under arrest means the police have taken you into custody and you must comply. Frank C. Walker explains that during an arrest, officers will usually handcuff you and take you to the police station for processing. Once arrested, you have important rights, like the right to remain silent and the right to an attorney. Police must inform you of these rights, known as Miranda rights, before they question you. If you are in custody and the police start asking questions without reading you your rights, anything you say might not be used against you in court. Walker emphasizes that once arrested, you should clearly and calmly tell the police that you want to remain silent and want to speak to your lawyer before answering any questions. Talking without a lawyer can lead to self-incrimination. Always remember, being arrested means you must comply with police orders, but you still have the right to protect yourself legally. Miranda rights. Miranda rights are a crucial protection when you are in police custody. Frank C. Walker explains that police must inform you of your Miranda rights before they question you if you are arrested or not free to leave. These rights include your right to remain silent and your right to have an attorney present. The police will say something like, "Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to remain silent. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you." This warning is designed to protect you from self-incrimination. It's important to know that police only have to read you your Miranda rights when you are in custody and about to be questioned. If they fail to do so and then ask questions, your statements might be excluded in court. Walker advises that you should always clearly state that you want to remain silent and want a lawyer. Don't waive your rights or agree to talk without legal advice. This can save you from saying something that could harm your case later. Search permission. When police ask to search your car, home, or belongings, you have the right to say no, unless they have a warrant or certain legal exceptions apply. Frank C. Walker explains that officers must have your permission or a valid search warrant signed by a judge to legally search your property. Many people do not realize that simply allowing a search without understanding your rights can lead to serious consequences. If you say yes, the police can legally use anything they find against you in court. On the other hand, if you refuse a search without a warrant, police may still try to convince you to agree by pressuring or persuading you, but your refusal is your right. There are exceptions where police can search without a warrant, such as if they see illegal items in plain view, if they believe evidence may be destroyed, or during an arrest if the search is necessary for safety. However, these exceptions are specific and limited. Frank C. Walker advises that you should always politely refuse a search if officers do not show a warrant. Say something like, "I do not consent to a search." This simple statement can protect your rights and help your attorney later challenge any illegal searches in court. Remember, the Fourth Amendment protects you against unreasonable searches and seizures. Knowing when to say no and refusing searches without a warrant is an important part of protecting yourself legally. Always ask to see a warrant and consult your attorney before cooperating with any search. Protecting your privacy and property is a key right, and exercising this right wisely can prevent police from gathering evidence unfairly. Why stay silent? Staying silent when questioned by police is one of the most important ways to protect yourself. Frank C. Walker warns that talking to officers without a lawyer can easily lead to self-incrimination. Even if you think you are innocent or just want to explain your side, anything you say can be used against you later. Many people mistakenly believe that being honest and cooperative will help their case. However, police officers are trained to get information that can build their case, and they may twist your words or use them out of context. Walker explains that the safest option is to politely refuse to answer questions and wait for your attorney. You do not have to prove your innocence or explain your actions to the police. Your silence cannot be held against you in court, but anything you say can. Saying, "I wish to remain silent and speak to my lawyer," is the best way to protect your rights. Remember, you have the right to stay silent until you have legal advice. This protects you from saying something that could hurt your case and helps your attorney build a strong defense on your behalf. Call your lawyer. Whenever police want to question you, especially if you are under investigation or arrested, the best step is to call your lawyer immediately. Frank C. Walker stresses that having a criminal defense attorney on your side is essential to protect your rights and guide you through the legal process. A lawyer knows how to handle police questioning and can advise you when and how to respond. They can also prevent you from making mistakes that might harm your case. Without a lawyer, it's easy to accidentally say something that could be misunderstood or used against you in court. Frank Walker advises against trying to face the police or the legal system alone. A good attorney will explain your rights clearly, represent you at hearings, and negotiate on your behalf. They work to get the best possible outcome, whether that means reducing charges, negotiating bail, or building a strong defense. Remember, calling your lawyer is not a sign of guilt. It's a smart way to protect yourself and ensure your case is handled properly from start to finish. Always ask to speak with your attorney before answering any police questions. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more legal tips. Would you stay silent or talk if police asked you questions? Don't miss our next video, What Happens During an Arrest in Pennsylvania?